Bam! Smash! People think that the real estate market in Florida is going to absolutely crash. Is that going to happen? Let's jump right in. So if you've watched any of the news, you're gonna have a negative mindset about where things are going. The economy is going down the hill. We know that inflation is going rampant. We understand that interest rates have been going up significantly. We also know that if you followed any of my recent videos, that the inventory in Florida, and primarily Southwest Florida, has been increasing quite significantly since the beginning of the year. We actually have more than double the amount of properties that are available for people to purchase than we did as of January. So that is a very significant thing. So does this mean that the tides are turning so hard from a seller's market into a buyer's market and this thing is ready for a crash? Well, I would say not so fast. See, there was a study done by CNBC that gives us the most stable real estate markets in the United States of America. And where do you think Florida ended up on that list? Was it number 50? It most certainly was not. Actually, I don't even know who 50 was. It gives us the top 10. And so on that list, Florida ended up as number 3, just behind Washington State and Utah as the most stable housing market in the United States. Now, there are a lot of factors that they put into play here for this study. Number 1 was the appreciation. And for the appreciation, we're about 25, almost 26% appreciation in the state of Florida year over year from 2021 to 2022. That is a very significant number. The next number that they're looking at is how many housing starts, so new construction are happening in the state versus the amount of people. And basically it comes out to one of about 9,000, one home for every 9,000 people in the state is the new construction rate. And that's a very healthy rate for the overall state. Then it gets into something that's a little bit more interesting. And for me, I was actually quite surprised by it. It talks about the number of foreclosures. And so 1 out of every 1,200 homes in the state of Florida is in foreclosure. Now, that number historically is very low, but there are still people going through foreclosure, and it will never actually get to 0 because there are things that happen. People die, there's divorce, there's, all kind, financial issues, businesses go out of business, all kinds of reasons why people would get into foreclosure. But right now is really the most unlikely time because things have been going the way things have been going in terms of the appreciation, and there's been a significant amount of equity building that has been taking place. Now, one of the other stats that I look at in this whole big picture is the amount of equity that people have. And in the entire United States, we're a very stable country when it comes to real estate. And I say that because we have 41% of homeowners who own their properties free and clear. Literally meaning they have no mortgage on it. And that is a significant number that creates a lot of stability in the overall market in the United States. And so for Florida to rank number 3 on an already stable, real estate market in the United States, that is a very, very good thing. Now, when it comes to underwater mortgages in the state of Florida, CNBC is reporting that 1.4% of all mortgages in the state of Florida are underwater. Now, that's difficult to do in this market. Usually that means that somebody had to refinance and then they got themselves into a bad position, because when we have the appreciating prices, it just gets really hard to go underwater, but we have 1.4% of those mortgages are officially underwater. So from a stability perspective, ranked number 3 in the country is a really good place to be. Couple that with the population that has been continuing to come in. The population of Florida has grown significantly. It's between 700 and 800 per day of people moving into the state. This is a recipe for continued stability. So all of those news stories We will see, time will tell. I have no crystal ball, but it's looking like things are starting to stabilize quite a bit compared to what was happening from the beginning of the year until about midsummer. Things have been stabilizing quite a bit. Now, our pace of sales is slower. We have more inventory in the real estate market, but overall it's looking very stable. And so now with the economy doing what it's doing, it's going to be interesting to see what the investors do, because the investors have seen and have been forecasting to put money into real estate because that is a stable asset. And with Utah and Washington State and now Florida being in those top three, there will likely be a lot of money that continues to go into those markets. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with pricing in the long term with that. Where do you think things are going? I would love to hear from you in the comments. And also, if you could make sure to like and subscribe to the video and the channel, that would be sincerely appreciated. That means a whole lot to me, and that helps YouTube show the video to more people. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.